Welcome everybody to the Picture Perfect channel, and today it's all about cars. Today I'm at Seaport Village in San Diego, California. Here, let me show you. As you can see, hanging out in the harbor. Got some boats cruising by. Looks like a great day to go out. But for me, it's all about the cars. And there's lots of them. So we're gonna go see what kind of photographs I can get. And I'll get on here and do a little voiceover. Whoa. And let you guys know some of my tips and tricks. It's definitely, weather is important. You can see the killer sun, so should be a great day. Let's go see what I can get. So for this video, I'm at the Cops and Rodders car show. It's one of my favorites because it's pretty diverse. You've got a variety, of different cars. One of the first things I would say as a tip is get there early. You want to try to, beat the crowds. You don't want to have to, get in the way when you're taking pictures. But it's great, to support the police in the area. So I want to make sure every year I try to go to the car show. When it comes to like the settings, it really depends on what you're looking for. One of the cool things about Seaport, as you can see, as the Mercy Hospital ship, is cruising by. It really depends on what you're looking for. Most people, they want to use an f-stop like 5.6, 6.3, 4.0. For me, a lot of times I go a little bit higher because I want to get more detail out of my pictures. But getting there early is one of the most important things. You're going to get some great opportunities for light. This one's at 18 millimeter, 1/25 for the shutter speed, f5 for the f-stop. ISO, I don't mind going high. I know a lot of people would rather, use 100 or 400. For me personally, it really depends on what I'm looking for with my editing techniques. I crank up the noise reduction a lot, so I'm really not too worried about using the higher, ISOs. The first thing I like to do, as you can tell, is I like to just walk around and kind of get familiar with where the cars are parked. Every year, usually they're in the same spot, but a lot of cars, that are new or never come, they're in different areas. So I just want to walk around and check out the area. There's a lot of photographers, so, you always want to respect everybody. I try not to get in the way of all the other photographers that are out taking pictures. But the cool thing is the diversity of the cars. There's so many different cars here. A lot of muscle cars. I know there's going to be some lowriders here too. I think a couple. Most of the shows I do are lowrider car shows. So here to get to see a lot of the muscle cars, I really enjoy it. Composition is another tip, I'll talk about. I do a lot of things, lying on the ground, because I personally want to avoid having a lot of people, a lot of the chairs, people are sitting in at the car shows in the background. That's just one technique that I do, but if you don't care about it, there's no problem with having those things in your pictures. Me personally, I try to avoid it. The engines, you're always going to have a lot of the cars with their hoods up. I kind of don't like it, but it's nice to see their engines. But another tip, it's all about the light. You got to make sure when you get out, you've got to find some good light to photograph in. I don't mind overcast because it's nice, it kind of tampers down the light, which helps, but I really like to find some really good light, to photograph in. So here, let's walk around and we'll check out, some of the cars that are here, and I'll get back with you on some more tips and techniques.
On paperwork, when you come in, make sure you go back to the entryway, and they will issue your dash plaque to put on your dash. If you did not get one, the dash plaques for your car show will be up here at 8:30. If you did not get one when you drove in, so at 8:30, come up and see me. I should have them. But to fill out your placard card to put on your windshield to be voted on, you will need to go to the entryway and get your paperwork. Thank you.
As you can tell, a lot of these, the people with the cars, they love showing off the engine. And, like I said earlier, it's cool. Me personally, I wish the hoods were down. It just makes for a better picture, when I'm composing my shot. But hey, I get it while they're showing, the engine's off. One of the things you could do to find out about the car shows is a lot of them have websites that you can sign up and get notified, when they have, their car shows going on. And you could check with your, the local people in the area to find out, if they know anything about, when the car shows are happening. I live in Southern California, so there's car shows all the time, almost all year round. You could probably find a car show to go check it out and walk around and take pictures. We're coming up on one of my favorite cars to photograph. Is this lowrider right here. I absolutely love where he parked it. And I'm going to lie down here and see what kind of shots. I think I'll turn them into black and whites. But it looks like, where it is, I should be able to get a really nice shot. Composing them, some people like straight on. I try to find more, of a unique angle. That's why I lie down a lot on the ground. With new cameras, you can flip the screen. You don't necessarily have to lie down. But I like getting down there. I can look underneath the car to make sure there's not anything underneath it that's going to get in the way. With the lowriders, you don't have to really worry too much, sitting so low on the ground. But other cars, the background is just so important. So I want to make sure there's nothing that's going to be distracting within the picture. Like I said, as you can see, the variety at this car show is awesome. You got Camaros, you got Barracudas, you got Chevelles, you got the trucks. You got Darts, Impalas. You just have such a cool variety here. And, look at this place. It's so beautiful to take pictures at. And I'm just going to keep walking around here with you guys and looking at some more cars. And we'll come back in a minute. And I'll tell you one of my favorite things to do, when it comes to trying to get the, get some kind of perfect picture, I like to call them. And we'll get back to that in just a second. So once I got to this side where the cars were, I decided this would probably be one of the best areas, coming up here in a minute to get pictures. I got the great background of the San Diego skyline and with all the boats and everything. So that's probably the most important thing is light, but it's also the background of whatever subject you're photographing. I've seen so many pictures I used to take earlier in my career, and I thought, wow, that'd be great, but there's a pole behind somebody's head, or is there this or that? So make sure, to perfect what you're doing when it comes to your photography, is pay attention to the background just as much as you would pay attention to what you're photographing. And I say this over and over, it's all about the light, but you can have beautiful light, beautiful car, whatever you're photographing, and all of a sudden you get home and you look and there's something in the background that just really takes away from the beauty of your car. So here's what I want to share. When it comes to car photography, what do I say? Background. Background. Make sure that it's good and you're not going to, be disappointed with, the picture that you took. And to go over some of the settings again, f-stop, it varies. If you're doing 4, 5, 6, whatever you got right in front is going to be sharp. Everything else is going to be blurry. I try to do more of it like an F10. I want more things in focus to a point. It really depends on the light too, or the car, what I'm trying to achieve. But I do like to do that a lot. I just think it's cool to see more, of the car and have it be sharp. And to do that, when I'm lying on the ground, I don't use a tripod because I'm supporting myself on the ground. But if you're going to do it standing up, I would actually use a tripod to make sure that it gets sharp. The higher the f-stop you go, the less light that's going to come through the lens. It's going to give you more detail, but it lets in less light. So it could end up blurry if you're not photographing in really bright, really bright light. If you have bright light, you could probably do it standing up without any problems, but I would still recommend, using a tripod. ISO, like I said earlier, a lot of people 100 to 400. Me, I like to shoot on auto a lot of times, depending on what I'm doing, and it does a lot of times create higher ISOs. But with my editing technique, it's more of an artistic, I think, kind of style. It's not necessarily going to look exactly like how the car looks. I just like that style. It's just something I've been doing for the years. I just think it looks aesthetically pleasing. But you don't have to. You could shoot in 100, but that's what I mean about going higher f-stops. If you do that, it's going to let in less light. So you've got to be careful that you don't have blurry shots. And if you do, you can either bump the ISO or, lower the f-stop to like 5.6. It'll let in more light, but it won't have as much detail. A couple of my favorite cars are coming up here, and I'm going to try to get some pictures of them here in a little bit and share those with you guys. I hope you guys liked the video. I'll keep working on making some more and cover different subjects than cars. I really want, to help people to perfect their photography. I'm getting close. I'm not there yet, but I think some pictures, I consider them pretty perfect, but maybe not too perfect. But I just want to help people. That's why I made this channel. And I hope you guys like this video. If you have any ideas for videos and, you'd like me to make on photography, just let me know. I hope everybody's having a good day. Enjoy the rest of the video.
Is this the Mopar?
Good morning. Welcome to the Cops and Rodders Show today. We want to thank everybody for coming out today. We really appreciate you guys coming. We also want to give a shout out to JBA Speed Shop over there. I don't know if they can hear me. There we go. We got Cincy over here. We got your name, but you selling signs, all kinds of signs for your garage. J&J, right? Yeah, J&J Signs. Go check that guy out. He'll make you a deal. We also have the Carlsbad Police Officers Association. We have the San Diego Automobile Museum. Go check those guys out. We got everybody here today.
That's it, man.
I also forgot to mention, I think those boys from Arizona are here. Are they here? Woo! Those Trans Ams. They were definitely westbound and down. I got you guys' number. So you guys just sit back and enjoy the music. We're going to have a really good time. I'm going to be giving away some prizes. So you better listen up, better know you music.
Selling coffee out here? Wandering around looking for coffee. I'm looking for coffee. What does it say on there? I was getting my Google Translate out.
Nosotros pagaremos la multa por ti. We'll pay the fine for you.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.